Hello again, folks. Welcome to our continuing coverage of the WSOP GGPoker Bracelet Series. 33 more chances to win a World Series bracelet and become a poker legend. So glad you have joined us. I'm Lon McCarran, along with Norman Chad. Coming up, we are going to give you a bit of a preview of the 5K GGPoker Online main event and show you a few highlight hands from the opening day of action. But first, a quick final comment on the just completed 10K Heads Up Championship. And Norman, I think we just have to lay it out there. You know, we put our heads, hearts, and yes, even our hopes on Adrian Mateos to win his fourth bracelet, and we failed our viewers.
No, we didn't fail our viewers. Adrian Mateos failed our viewers. We hyped him up like the greatest thing since sliced bread. By the way, why was sliced bread such a big deal? I mean, how hard is it to take a knife and start slicing a loaf of bread? I'm sorry, what was I talking about?
Adrian Mateos is a bum.
Yes, yeah. Adrian Mateos is a bum. He couldn't even win one match to make it to the championship. He went from superstar to slacker in the time it takes to microwave an 8-pound turkey. Heck, he lost to some French guy who probably doesn't even know how to slice bread.
Or baguette, as it were. In the end, two beautifully played matches by Arthur Conan resulted in the first World Series bracelet victory for the French pro and a payday of more than $466,000. Hopefully we'll see him in Vegas for the live World Series of Poker this fall. All right, an overview on this 5K main event, day one. The day ones were played between the 22nd of August and the 5th of September. Everyone could get in.
Yeah, and look how many flights, look how many entries, and let's put those numbers in perspective. Nearly 4,100 entries. That's more than the total entries for the first 28 World Series main events in Las Vegas combined. 27 day one flights. Noah was on his arc for 370 days. If he had the internet then, he could have gone online and theoretically played every single day one flight and still had nearly a year on that ship to mingle with his family and the animals.
Well, we know he had the internet, but wireless, that was out of the question at that point, I think, on the arc. All right, I mentioned the prize pool. Here are the numbers. Norman, a juicy $20 million prize pool.
Okay, so it's $250K for 9th place. $250K is nice, but $250,000 doesn't even get you a one-bedroom condo with a view in Los Angeles. Now, for first place, $2.5 million, that's another story, okay? That's almost real money in LA. You can get a small house with a view of 7-Eleven for $2.5 million, and hey, 7-Elevens never close.
All right, let's take a look at some notable runs from day one. When the dust did settle on those 27 day ones, the big stack of 160 big blinds, nearly 1.6 million chips, was held by your buddy Shaddenho 94.
Okay, well, let me tell you something, Lonnie. You never want to be the shortest stack at the end of day one, but also, frankly, you don't want to be the largest stack either, like my buddy Shaddenho 94. That's just too much too soon. The largest stack seldom makes the final table, often doesn't even make the money. And, you know, even though I'm usually the shortest stack, I prefer a steady-as-she-goes approach.
5K was the entry point, but millions of players owe a debt of gratitude to our friend, Poker Hall of Famer Eric Drake, for inventing the satellite. One $50 qualifier, Patrickly, ended day one with 57 bigs, while a $10 qualifier, Kamalov, bagged nearly $348,000.
Yeah, $10, you know, Lon, that's two $5 bills.
Thank you, Norman Chad. Okay, now a look at some others of note who survived their day one. Not easy to do. No poker tournament is easy. Canadian Patrick Tartuff bagged almost $143K.
Hey, taking a look at that list, there should be an asterisk next to that bracelet of Byron Kaverman won in 2015 in the 10K No Limit Hold'em six-handed championship because I was not in the field.
Another Canadian, Christine Doe, with $229K, and we will see her at the final table. All right, several other World Series bracelet winners worked their way to surviving the opening day. Looking at 1, 2, 3, and 4-time bracelet winners, Michael Adamo held the biggest end of day one stack of these World Series champs.
Okay, those are three really top-notch players we're looking at. Greenwood, Gathy, and Adamo, plus Adrian Mateos.
As you see by his chip stack, Mateos, a very busy boy on day one. Let's take a look at some of what transpired. Blinds at 2 and 4,000. PJ Gecko in the hand with pocket sevens. Mateos has two red kings.
Gecko with the min raise.
And Mateos repops to 24K.
You know, if I'm Mateos, I don't show my face again this quickly, but he's probably playing from under a coffee table somewhere.
Does anybody want to take on the big stack at the table? Adrian Mateos folded around to PJ Gecko with those sevens. Doubtful he's going to go anywhere.
And doubtful he's going to repop it. Just have to call and play out of position against Mateos.
And then there is the call, and both flop a set, duck, and cover Norman.
Brutal on set over set. Set over set, I believe, ended the Crimean War.
All right. PJ with the New Zealand flag checks over to Mateos.
Probably hoping for a continuation bet from Mateos. A C-bet effectively ended my second marriage.
And he does comply. 11,200. Not even 20% of the pot.
Yeah, that's a small bet from Mateos. Come on, son. Put on your big boy pants.
PJ Gecko does just that, coming over the top, digging his grave.
We're pretty deep stacked here. The chips could get all in here on the flop. I think they'll get all in here. I like being reckless with other people's money.
No, Mateos just calls, and now a boat for both. PJ's got to love his hand.
Yeah, he's going to love it until he doesn't. But, yeah, he's got a huge hand right now.
PJ Gecko in trouble and puts 1 foot in that grave. Bets a third of the pot.
Over to Mateos. After his poor performance in the heads-up semifinal last week, he got a lot of hate mail. Actually, just one anonymous text from me, which I made the mistake of signing.
Mateos now in the catbird seat. He's going to try to get that whole stack. And he just calls again a third spade. Both are good with that, hoping the other was flush hunting.
Yeah, PJ Gecko trying to figure out how much can he get from Adrian Mateos right here. What a bad spot for Gecko. Sevens full on the turn, and he's done.
PJ now jumps fully into his grave. A snap call from Adrian. He scores a huge pot and the knockout of PJ Gecko.
Boy, that's not a cooler. That is an Arctic cold front.
All right, on to the next hand with the blinds at 4 and 8K. Three-time bracelet winner and all-round crusher, David Peters dealt pocket sevens. He is the big stack at this day one table. Elio Fox, past WSOP main event champion, folds to Peters. Peters with the raise.
Peters with the min raise plus a 20% duty tax. That's why I only play at duty-free tables.
In the big blind, French pro Arnaud Anselme with ace-4 of diamonds and a little chat. Shot across the bow at Peters and a 3-bet to 72K.
Oh, wow. You taunt your opponent, then you 3-bet him, then you egg him on to call. Peters known as the silent assassin, so I doubt he's going to be returning any verbal fire.
Peters makes the call. Bottom pair and 2 diamonds for Anselme and a set of sevens for Peters.
That flop is designed to induce maximum pain. Our node's got to love it with the nut flush draw here and bottom pair.
He is one chatty Frenchman. He does continue for 48,000.
Our node very chatty behind pre-flop and post-flop. David Peters not so chatty. You know, he tells church mice to pipe down.
David Peters sitting pretty right now, quietly calls and turns sevens full, negating his flush worries. Anselme now it trips.
I'll tell you, our node might run out of GGPoker trash talk emojis before he runs out of chips. The only way he has talking chips at the end of this hand is if the case 4 comes on the river.
He does keep the banter flowing. And he keeps his chip flowing. 84-8 now.
Yeah, I'm so good. He's poking the bear.
David Peters with the best hand. Calmly, coolly calls. Knight of Hearts, no flush for France. We'll soon learn how much does he love his trip 4s.
So trip 4s with ace kicker does feel really strong here.
Arnaud, the decision as the stack gets shorter and shorter. He says all in. And Peters calmly makes the call and climbs over 1 milli.
Don't we have one more emoji from Arnaud?
The Frenchman to the rail. He would re-enter, but he would bust out on day 2, short of the money. On to the next hand. We see high-flying German pro Reiner Kempi with earnings in excess of 21 millions. but still looking for his World Series bracelet number 1. Pocket queens, though, might help him in his day 1 hand. Watches as the action folds. Finally, an open by Rui Ferreira to 8,400 with his mystery cards.
Min raise plus 10%. That's like a happy hour, Judy Tax.
And now Kempi on the button with queens. I think we can expect a few more chips to start flying. And there is the re-raise. What do you think Ferreira has?
I have no idea.
Why are you even here?
Why are you here?
You know, I woke up thinking that today. Anyway, Castilian moves all in with a shorter stack. 3-way action. Kempi flops a set of queens.
You know, I think Kempi dates Maria Ho, or used to date Maria Ho. Big deal.
Ferreira checks to Kempi. Kempi considers and bets almost 30% of the pot.
If he calls here, I'm going to put Ferreira on a flush draw or ace-10 or pocket jacks or ace-queen. Maybe he has the other queen.
Turn card 7 of clubs. Ferreira checks again. Norman, what do you think Castilian has?
Oh, I forgot he's in the hand. Let's concentrate on the 32-year-old German pro. Sizing, very important here. I've cost myself nearly $1.4 million over the years in high-stakes cash games, missizing turn bets.
Wait a minute, you play high-stakes cash?
Well, no.
Then why did you tell us that?
Well, people might take me at my word if you didn't start peppering me with questions like this was a crime scene investigation.
Reiner, feeling confident, bets 43K and change. Ferreira now with the decision. And another check call. The river comes out, jack of hearts, completes the board. Potential flush, potential straight. Ferreira checks a third time.
I don't even remember what I thought Ferreira had.
A moment of truth for Kempi here. I trust the German pro to do the right thing, as I trust all German pros to do the right thing. He commits all his chips.
Wow, the heart flush coming in does not bother Kempi. And no snap fold from Ferreira. You know, I'm thinking now Ferreira, if he's thinking about this, you know, he has an ace, like the ace-10 I mentioned earlier.
Ferreira, a decision for all of his main event chips.
You're not even in the hand over there. Pipe down.
Ferreira calls with the weak ace. Castilian had pocket deuces, allowing Reiner Kempi to scoop and score the double knockout. A great pot for Reiner Kempi. He's more dangerous now. All right, moving to another table. We see Marius Gursa of Germany in the big blind with king-queen. He finished 4th in the six-handed no-limit championship back in August. A nice payday for him, $166K. And across the way, you want to take this, Norman, on the name?
Not my job, Slick.
Ali Babukwe. We're going to call him Ollie for short raises with mystery cards.
Raising 2.5x from the hijack? I usually do that with pocket jacks or jack 10 suited. Fatal mistake if you do it with any other hand.
Fatal mistake?
Are you hard of hearing? Yes. Fatal mistake. You will die.
We are all going to die.
That's a little dark coming from you, no?
I've been sitting next to you a long time. Folded around 2. Gursa with the king-queen. And he does come along. Jack 10 deuce, 2 spades, open-ender for Gursa. The action has been checked to the razor.
It might be 2 pair from the razor. Remember, I put him on Jack 10.
He raises to 6,800. Smaller bet here than pre-flop. Gets a call. Another check from Gursa.
Jackson 10 still good here. Of course, any pair would be good here.
Ollie feeling a little better now. Bets 24,000. Heftier now. Gursa makes the call. Queen of hearts on the river. Gursa checks top pair. No straight, no flush.
Gursa misses. Probably wants to get the showdown.
Ali with a bigger bet now. Again, 49,000.
The Queen of Hearts does not scare him. And what does that tell you? It tells me I'm wrong about Jack 10. I mean, he either has a monster or he has monster squad douche.
Gursa replaying the action in his head. Does it add up or doesn't it? Oh, no, it doesn't. All in from Gursa. against the bigger stack.
What the heck is that? I never saw that coming.
You never see anything coming.
Good for you. Yeah, well, Gursa here a lot. It's a bluff shove.
Yeah.
I bluff shoved when I interviewed for a job with Microsoft once. I didn't get it.
All he does fold. A great read by Marius Gursa on a fortunate river card.
And now we'll never know what Ali Booga 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 Gween has.
Oh, yeah. Moving over to two-time World Series bracelet winner Michael Adamo on the button with ace-jack. Also sitting at this table from Las Vegas is Jason Kuhn, big-time player, seeking his first bracelet. You see, Norman, a lot of bracelets are indeed handed out, yet you and I and Jason Kuhn all have the same amount of them. Apologies to Jason for dragging him into the muck there. He does raise to 11,000.
I'm tired of this min-raise business plus 20% duty tax. Is this some type of post-Brexit thing? And by the way, I don't know what Kuhn has. Don't bother me. I am playing Wordscape right now on my smartphone.
Adamo manages a call with the blinds folding, going heads up against Jason. Two spades action on the pre-flop aggressor, Jason Kuhn.
By the way, Adamo has ace-jack offs.
Yeah, we know. We want to know what Jason has. Jason checks.
You know, I think he's slow playing a bad hand.
Wait a minute. How do you slow play a bad hand?
Just like this.
Huh. I might try that. Adamo bets almost 11,000. Nice stab.
Now I think Kuhn should fold. It's better to fold bad hands than to slow play them.
That's it? Just fold? This is Jason Kuhn. Yeah, Jason Kuhn with a powerful check raise to over 33,000.
Man, the check raise always scares the bejeebers out of me. I've got no bejeebers left.
And what about Michael here? How unnerving to be check raised when you have less than premium holdings, but he does make a call, and the ace of diamonds pairs Adamo, but it's Jason's play on the paired board with an ace.
And as we say in the business, Kuhn now has taken control of the pot. He now has to do a CRCB, Lana, a check raise C-bet.
Kuhn has been active and on fire, and that is nearly 65,000.
Okay, so what's Adamo beating now? He could be drawing dead to an ace on the river. I think Jason Kuhn is actually fast playing a bad hand.
How often do you actually win at No Limit?
Oh, I never play No Limit. I'm a Raz guy.
A call from Adamo. Now, 5 of spades on the and a third spade on the board to Jason Kuhn. The pot is bigger than his remaining stack.
Well, I just want to be clear right now. Action is on Kuhn, and I believe Adamo has ace-jack offsuit.
Okay, can we get the stand end? Stunt double for Norman, please. So, 27 is VPIP. The fire means he's been on fire. He does go all in, not what Adamo wanted to see.
Oh, no, it's for half his stack.
Michael Adamo, as he thinks about this, is known in the world as a streaky poker player. He's got 2 bracelets, as I mentioned, both in 2018, one in the USA, one in Europe.
All right, here's the thing for Adamo. He can only beat a bluff here. The spades got there. He can't beat a 10 or a bigger ace. He's got the same problem I have here. Neither of us knows what Kuhn is holding. Now, frankly, I'm folding here 83 times out of 100, maybe 84.
Adamo does call. Kuhn with just king-jack is out. Norman, what a call.
Kuhn had king-jack offsuit? I don't think so.
Adamo with that great call, now over 800,000. All right, to another Adamo hand, blinds 3 and 6,000 here. He is in the big blind with the biggest stack at the table, 8-7 offsuit. On the button is No Limits with ace-jack.
Isn't No Limitless the opposite of No Limit? Isn't No Limitless actually limit?
Maybe so. Action is on him, though, with ace-jack. A min-raise plus Vegas cab fare through the tunnel, 12-6.
Well, I'm tired of this stuff. I must have missed the training session, Lon. The solvers now say to min-raise plus 10% and not a penny over that. Why?
Adamo can't resist. 4-8 jack, both catch a piece. Adamo checks it as a 4-1 dog. No Limitless with top pair and backdoor hearts.
Okay, I can recognize top pair against middle pair, Lon, from half a world away.
Trying to suck Adamo in again with the small sizing.
Adamo's been very active. Not going anywhere with middle pair. He's got to like it.
And he does call getting 4-1 pricing. You see what No Limitless did there, folks? Another jack, another heart, a little yelp from No Limitless.
I got to tell you, Adamo wishes he were playing against Jason Kuhn right now.
So Michael clicks 6,000 on the paired board.
Oh, you know, when you're drawn dead, as a rule, you want to bet as little as possible. So if you're not going to check, betting 10% or so of the pot is very savvy. It also might trick No Limitless into believing they're playing limit poker.
Just a call. Another 4 on the end. Bodie McBoatface for No Limitless. Now, does Adamo keep up the charade?
McBoatface?
McBoatface. 16-2 from Adamo.
Interesting sizing. You know, it might be a defensive bet, trying to block your opponent from making a bigger bet you have to call, or it could be a value bet bluff, first used by Sir Isaac Newton at a county fair in Lincolnshire in 1648.
You called that, didn't you?
Good for you.
Now might be a good time to inflate this pot, and yes, there is the raise from No Limitless. Ace-Jack, nicknamed the parking lot hand in so many card rooms. It's going to pay off nicely here no matter what Adamo does.
Well, here's where the rubber hits the road, and sometimes when the rubber hits the road, you run into a pothole.
Adamo wondering, what can I beat?
Well, we saw Adamo correctly call Jason Kuhn's bluff. Let's see if he can correctly get away from this one here.
He does have a lot of chips to play with. You don't want to give them away willy-nilly.
McBoat, McHouse, and willy-nilly.
I've been saving them up during our time off, Norman. And there is the call. A great pot for No Limitless there against a strong player. So Michael still had a big stack after that call, but if you know tournament poker out there, you know day one is, well, just day one. Adamo built that stack but couldn't hang on to it and did not last through day two. Norman, you've played your share of tournaments. I'm always amazed how different day one is from day two.
Oh, well, sure it is. I'm usually not in the card room on day two.
That's true. Miracles do happen, so hang in there. Someone has to win, and through the good plays and bad folds and bad beats and good rivers, this field of nearly 4,100 has been whittled to its final 9. So, coming Saturday, the final table will play out right here. You can watch it live with me and Norman on the GGPoker YouTube channel, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1700 GMT.
Now, someone is going to make poker history and win millions while playing from a worn-out lazy boy recliner and eating flaming hot Cheetos. Where did I go wrong?
Thanks for watching. Hope to see you for our final table coverage. Until then, for our crew and for Norman Chad, I'm Lon McCarran. Thanks for watching the World Series of Poker. You know what's up?
No.